Hey, this is John Doss with Doss and Spaulding Properties. Today I'm going to give you an update on our Lee's Chapel renovation. I want to give a quick shout out to Holiday Construction and Thomas Thornton, who is the co-owner of Holiday. They have been leading this renovation at Lee's Chapel and have done an impeccable job so far, so I highly recommend them. All right, on the back of the house, we have this brand new 10 by 16 or 12 by 16 deck. It's very sturdy. They've done a great job on this. As a matter of fact, if you try to shake this handrail, it doesn't budge at all, which is how you want your decks to be built. They also had to re-pour the footings for these posts. So they dug down about 3 feet and filled it with concrete. So it's very, very sturdy. Definitely much better than what was there. If you remember, they had the post sitting on a couple pavers and the deck was pulling away from the house. So we won't have that problem with this deck. As you can see, we have the house wrapped with house wrap. This is a very important step, especially before you put siding up, because water can easily get through the siding and you want to protect the house from weather and water and anything that could lead to wood rot underneath. And in an old house like this, there's a lot of gaps and spaces between the boards of the exterior wall. So this helps to seal up those areas of penetration and prevent drafts and critters and insects from getting inside the house and in between the walls. And also, as you can see, these are new construction windows, so they are nailed directly to the exterior sheathing, and they have to be properly sealed. So if, let's say, water does penetrate through the siding, it's going to beat off and run down here off of the house paint, off of the house wrap, and that window tape will keep water from getting into those window sills and rotting them out. We also had all of the soffit and fascia boards replaced around the house because most of them, if you can remember, were either rotten or had bug damage. Here's something I wanted to mention in the crawl space. When they rebuilt the floor system, they went back with 2x10s spaced 16 inches on center, and the span that those travel is enough so that we don't need to rebuild these piers or rebuild that center support in the middle of the room. As you can see, it's not even doing anything. It's not supporting the joist or anything, which is totally fine because the width of those joists is able to support that load without needing a center support. That wasn't the case before because they were using 2x8s and they were spaced way too far apart. So it needed a center support before, but not anymore. Yesterday we had the roof replaced. So we have a nice 20 or 30-year architectural shingle on the house now. Be good for your insurance because if you guys don't know, most insurance companies now are not insuring homes that have a roof older than 10 years. And if they do, they're charging exorbitant prices to do so. All right, folks, let's take a look inside our Lee's Chapel renovation. As we walk into the front door, we have the living room here. All the windows have been reframed and cut for this new size window. We decided to get the same size for all the rooms minus the kitchen. And that way we can get whatever's in stock at Lowe's and make the process much quicker. So these windows were framed out to fit this new size window. All the electrical has been ran for the switches, the receptacles. We have 4 little spots here where the can lights are going to go. We also have a circuit ran for smoke detectors. We added a little coat closet here in the corner of the living room. As you can see here, this is the wall between the kitchen and the living room. This was opened up significantly, and in order to support the structure, because this is a load-bearing wall right here, a header was ran with 2x8s. And here we have the kitchen. The panel was relocated here to a central location out of the bedroom where it was before. And it was also upgraded to a 200 amp service. Here we had to end up replacing this rotten wall. So that's been redone. We have kitchen countertop receptacles all around. We have dishwasher, disposal, range right here, microwave receptacle up there, countertop, and the fridge is going to be right here next to the opening. This right here, this space in the kitchen is going to be for like a little dining table or breakfast nook. And here we have the newly framed bathroom. We had framed out this little linen closet, which can be accessed from inside the bathroom. The bathroom itself is a 5x8 box. Here we have a switch for the bath fan, which is really important to have, especially if you don't have a window in the bathroom, and we don't. That is something that every homeowner and tenant should use anytime that the shower is running or there's increased humidity in the bathroom. Otherwise, you'll end up with a lot of mold and mildew growth. So the layout of the bathroom is we're going to have the tub against the exterior wall back there. The toilet's going to be right next to that. And in the corner here, we're going to have the 30-inch vanity. And we have a vanity light right here, set 15 inches from the wall. So it will be centered above the vanity. And we'll have a little mirror above the vanity as well. All right. Right here is a utility closet that was constructed to put a stackable washer and dryer. It's a huge improvement from what we had before because previously the washer, and I don't even believe they had a dryer, but the washer and maybe dryer was in the kitchen. So you had basically no cabinet space and it was just a sink and a couple upper cabinets. So we're going to have a full-size kitchen now, and the washer and dryer is going to have its own home here in this utility closet right between both bedrooms, which is going to be very convenient for the tenants that live here. All right, so this is the guest bedroom. It is a little bit smaller than it was before because we had to add this utility closet, but it's still much bigger than what you would expect in a house of this size. I have a huge closet here. We're going to have double doors for those closets. This corner of the house was totally rotten. This wall in particular was covered in white mold. So that's all been reconstructed. The top plate right there that you can see, those two 2x4s, was reconstructed to be able to support the load of the house because that was totally rotten. You could stick a screwdriver through it. This is the primary bedroom. All new electrical has been ran. Here's the closet for the primary. It has its own switch for the light. Both rooms, we plan to put ceiling fans. All right. Thanks for watching, and please stay tuned for the next update. Next, we will have plumbing and HVAC and insulation going up. And then after that, we will have sheetrock, doors, trim, and we'll start working on the floor.